Hey there, a very good morning. In our video today, we're going to be looking at the ICT secret indicator strategy. Now, there are so many of you there have actually happened to find smart money complex or complicated in one way or the other, and it's for this reason I've happened to come out with something particular that you can really rely on to something like 75%, not looking at anything. So it's the reason as to why I've come up with this video. So I'm going to make this video as short as possible, okay, and affirmative as it may be, or as you're going to see it, such that it's I'm thinking of making this video more applicable to anyone, even though it's your first time trading smart money. So I'm going to be a bit precise and simple. Now, the strategy itself works with an indicator, which I'll tell to you. This indicator actually, we call it the ICT 2022 mentorship model. Okay, as I'll show you how you can get it, and you can actually find it on TradingView, even with a free subscription. Secondly, the indicator works with a 5 minutes time frame. Okay, 5 minutes time frame, meaning that okay, it's strictly good and easier for those that are probably intraders and scalpers, I would say. Thirdly, it works, okay, it brings high quality trades, especially if you're trading in Q zones. So of lately I released the video about Q zones. So if you haven't watched it, go in our previous video before this one and must understand Q zones. Okay, so such that whatever we talk about, we are on the same track. Lastly, I would say the indicator, of course, works with the fair value gaps, and I did still a video about fair value gap. Please check in our channel. All these videos are there in case you find this not interesting. You find this interesting. Basically, that's what we shall do, and the system goes for a risk-reward ratio of 1:2. Okay, so let's go directly onto the TradingView and we see. So the pair that we're going to work with today is called Euro NZD. Like as you can see, this is Euro NZD. The time frame is going to be 5 minutes. So the strategy works in all pairs. Okay. Now the other thing that we shall do is we will put the indicator, and I've told you the indicator is called the ICT 2022 mentorship model, FTFO. Okay, this is the indicator that you need to put. Now, once we put this indicator, the other thing that you need to do is you need to put an indicator that helps you identify the Q zones, and the indicator is none other than the sanctions and ICT Q zones. Okay, Vicent 139. So that one, then you remove all the trading. Let me show you. So after putting it there, you can come to settings. It will appear here. Come to the settings and make sure mine have removed the trading sessions. So yours, this one will be ticked. So make sure you untick it as mine. The London session, you remove it. The New York session, you also untick, and the Asian session. Then after you press OK. Okay. Then after you press OK. So now once you do that, you realize that on our chart we can spot that of now the Q zone that we're in. So it's mandatory for you to go and watch this. So this dotted box that you see is of course the Q zone. Is of course the Q zone. Now this other indicator, the ICT 2022 model, helps to identify liquidity levels. Okay, it will show you liquidity levels. Of lately, I think I'll definitely spot for you. I'll create a video about liquidity, to master the liquidity, what is liquidity in the market, the types of liquidity, the buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, that is the MMS, okay, MSS rather, the market structure shift, okay, liquidity. So we look into that. However, the first indicator, which is the ICT 2022 model, helps you to show you the liquidity levels. Like here, it can show you that this is the liquidity level, this is the liquidity level. Now, the most interesting part is that the other indicator, which is, of course, this one. This one will definitely, of course, the sanctions, the sanctions and ICT Q zones. It shows you the Q zones. Like, for instance, you can see, I told you there are 4 Q zones and you know them. For those that watch the video, so we have the London, the Asian range Q zone. We have the London Q zone. We have the New York Q zone, and then we have the London close Q zones. They are basically 4. So each one of these Q zones is actually dotted or within a box, okay, rectangular box. Now, our indicator, usually, since it spots the liquidity levels, let me try to make it a bit large. I'll try to make it a bit large. So this is what happens. Now, once you look at this sanction, of course, it is, of course, the Asian sanction. It's usually red. That is the Asian, rather, Q zone, not sanction. And what happens is that this indicator, the ICT 2022 model, what it will do, let me make this thing a bit big for you to see what I'm trying to show. So usually, your job, once you put it there, it will show you the liquidity levels. After showing you the liquidity levels, it will also give you these arrows. This arrow means that you should sell, and you see what happened. The market came down. And this arrow comes as an entry point. So this indicator is going to give you an entry point, and it will show you, if the arrow points down and it's red, it will show you a high time for you to sell. If the arrow is green, then it shows you that you should buy. But you don't just buy. Most of the times, the entry points, this indicator will give to you, will always be attached to a fair value gap. A fair value gap is this point that shows you that the market is, it shows you right now that this is the high point for you to sell now. Okay, it shows you the high point for you to sell. So once you see a fair value gap like this one, and a yellow candle that has a fair value gap, and it brings this arrow, then it's a signal for you to sell. Therefore, the next thing that you need to do is you make sure that you come and you put your sell order here. Okay, make sure the risk to reward ratio is 1:2. Okay, since it's a scalping thing, sometimes we actually give 1:1. Okay, and the stop loss, some people can put it slightly above this market structure, or you can put it slightly above this fair value gap, any of the two. Okay, any of the two, and hence the markets will be moving down. So your job is basically to put this indicator, wait for the entry arrow direction that has a fair value gap, and then you enter the market. It's as simple as that. Hope you find this video interesting. Okay, thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.